All right, let's find a seated position. If you can, come sit on your heels with your thighs out in front of you. Find length in your spine, pulling up your chest, drop those shoulders down from your ear, pull your belly in towards your spine, and then just rest your palms on your lap. You can face them down or up, whichever you prefer. And then just close your eyes. Take a few moments to ground ourselves, to set up for this practice. So just check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling this morning. Notice any sensations you feel throughout your body. Do a little senses scan, so notice any sounds you hear. Notice if there's a smell around you. Maybe there's a taste left on your tongue. Even the sight behind your eyelids, just notice all of these experiences through our senses. Check in with your posture, see if you can sit up a little bit taller. And then bring some attention to your breath. Notice the quality of it this morning. Don't try to change it, just observing it for now. And then when you're ready, slowly fluttering your eyes open, bringing yourself back into this space. And then you're just gonna lift your heels a little bit, tuck your toes underneath, and then sit back down on your heels. Make sure your pinky toes tucked underneath, stretching out through our feet. And then inhale, raise your arms above your head, drop your shoulders, and then grab for opposite elbow. So grabbing opposite elbow right above your head. Make sure your arms are drawn back towards your ears. Take a deep inhale, arch your back, draw your shoulder blades together, gaze up. And then on your exhale, round through your spine, pull your chin to chest. So inhale through the nose, arch your back. And then on your exhale, side out the mouth, chin to chest. So keep going like this. And then as you inhale and exhale, start to pick up the pace a little bit, still matching your breath with the movement. Take a few more like this. See if you can move a little bit quicker. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Slowly float your arms down, untuck your toes, pat out your feet a little bit. And then come to sit back down on your heels. Inhale, reach your left arm up, walk your right fingertips out. Press through those left fingertips, open up that chest. Sit down that left sit bone as you reach those left fingertips, maybe gaze up towards the ceiling. And then from here, draw your chest forward, walk your fingertips out in front of you. Again, press those sit bones back as you reach your fingers forward, drop your neck and head. Find length in your spine. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly walk your fingertips over to the left. Draw your right arm up over your head. Shoulders stacked, chest is open. Press through that right sit bone and reach those right fingertips up, maybe gaze up. And then draw yourself back up through center. Beautiful. Inhale, reach both your arms back up to the ceiling. Exhale, turn to your right. Bring your left fingertips to the outside of your right knee. Gaze over that back shoulder. Keep length in your spine. And then inhale, draw those arms back up through center. Exhale, turn to your left. Gaze over that back shoulder. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, float them down. We're going to go through that one more time. So we're going to come back up onto our toes. Tuck them underneath. Sit on your heels. Draw your arms over your head. Going to go through one more round of breath. So at your own pace. Inhale, you open through, inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out, round your spine. So do a few of those, and then I will guide you out of it. Keep that belly drawn in towards your spine. Draw those arms back when you inhale. Few more. Really sigh it out. For 3, 2, 1. Draw those arms down, untuck your toes, pat it out. And then come to sit on those heels. Inhale, left arm reaches, right fingertips walk to the side. Open up your chest, maybe gaze up. And then draw your chest forward, walk your fingertips forward, melt that chest down to the ground. Allow your neck and head to rest. Active through those fingers. And then walk those fingertips all the way over to the left. Draw that right arm up. Open up through your chest, reach through those fingertips. And then pull yourself back to seated. Inhale, both arms lift. Belly pulled up and in. Exhale, turn to your right, left fingertips outside of right knee. Draw those shoulder blades together, gaze over that back shoulder. Inhale, arms lift for center. Exhale, turn to your left, right fingertips outside. Inhale, draw those arms up. Exhale, float your hands down. Beautiful. From here, just open up your knees. Draw your chest down. Find your child's pose. Allow those hips to sink back towards your heels. Keeping those fingers reaching forward. Find length in your spine. Allow your exhale to help your hips sink deeper down towards your heels. Starting to tap into your Ujjayi breath, so breathing in and out through your nose, constricting the back of your throat a little bit on the exhale, keeping your lips sealed together. Take one more deep inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Draw yourself up to a tabletop position. Look down at your hands. Make sure you have enough space in between both your hands. In between your pointer and thumb should be pointing to the front. Fingertips are spread nice and wide. Pressing into all the knuckles of your fingers. Find a neutral spine first. Belly drawn into spine. Head is in line with the spine. And then on your inhale, drop your belly. Draw your chest up. Gaze up. Exhale, round through your spine, chin to chest. Draw those shoulder blades apart. Inhale, belly drops, chest lifts. Exhale, round through your spine. Go ahead, take a few of these on your own breath. Maybe begin to add some more movement. Really finding what feels good here. So just allowing your body to move all around your mat. maybe even picking up a leg, really just doing whatever you need here. No right or wrong answers. Matching that breath with your movement. And find your way back to that neutral tabletop position. Plant onto your right hand, left arm reaches forward, right foot reaches back. Reach through those toes and those fingers, find length in that spine, belly pulls up and in, making a straight line with your body. Really reaching, keep those toes and fingers active, press through that right hand. And then keep on reaching, or maybe reach around for a bind. Try to grab the outside edge of your foot. You can reach it, draw that leg up, open up through your chest. And then exhale, reach that finger forward, toes reach back. And then exhale, drop them down to the ground. Take a few cat-cows here to shake it out. And then setting up for the other side, left hand plants, right arm reaches forward, left toes reach back. Gazing down a few inches in front of your fingers, really reaching through those right fingers and the left toes. Draw that belly in towards your spine. Breathing here, pressing that hand into the mat. Find a little bit more length. And then staying here, or maybe reaching back for the outside of that foot. Pressing your leg into your hands, lift up your chest, maybe gaze to the ceiling. Breathing here. And then releasing that leg, reach forward and back. And then find your neutral tabletop. Take a few more cat-cows. Maybe allow your neck to move a little bit here. Beautiful. And then keeping the hands where they are, press through those hands. Tuck your toes, lift your knees up off the ground. So you're still in that tabletop position. You're just engaging your legs a little bit more, pressing into those toes to lift your knees. Still pressing evenly through both hands, belly pulled into spine. Using your breath here. Holding here, and then step your right foot back to a high plank position. Left foot steps back. So now you're in a high plank. Heels are over toes. Belly is still drawn in towards spine. And then from here, left foot steps in. Find that hovering tabletop. Right foot steps in. Left foot back. Right foot back. Right foot forward. Left foot forward. Find that neutral spine. Right foot back. Left foot back. Hold that plank. You got it. Left foot forward. Right foot forward. Hover. One more. Right foot back. Left foot back. Hold high plank. Right foot forward. Left foot forward. And then drop those knees down. Sink your hips to your heels. Now your knees are together. Walk those fingertips forward. Allow your neck and head to rest. Just take a few breaths here. Warming up our bodies this morning. Setting us up for the day. Try to keep your focus here on this practice. Remember why you're here. And then slowly come back up to a neutral tabletop position. Plant down through those hands. And then just step those legs back into a high plank position. Shoulders aligned over wrist, pressing into those knuckles. Drawing those shoulder blades apart. Always option to drop the knees down during plank pose. And then from here, you're just going to drop your elbows down to the ground, coming into your forearm plank. So shoulders right over elbows, pressing into those palms. Belly is still lifted to spine. Neutral position with your neck. Beautiful. Breathing here. Then from here, start to lift your hips, walk your feet in a little bit, finding a dolphin pose. So kind of like a down dog, except your elbows are on the ground, forearms pressing into the mat. Hug those elbows in toward one another, pressing them into the mat. See if you can lift your hips a little higher. Bending the knees, perfectly fine. Heels can be hovering above the ground. Send those hips to the ground. And then from here, just lift up onto your hands. Find your downward facing dog. And then from here, start to walk out your dog. So bending into one knee and then the other. Pressing into that opposite heel. Find some movement here, whatever feels good. Bending your knees a lot or a little. Just listening to your body. Stretching out the feet a little bit. Maybe even stretching out the hands, coming up onto the fingertips. And then go ahead and find some stillness. Melt your chest towards your thighs. Gazing in between your toes. Keep your focus on one point. Tap back into that Ujjayi breath if you've lost it. And then from here, bend at your knees, gaze to your hands. Walk or step forward, find your forward fold. So grabbing opposite elbow, neck and head are really relaxed. Bending your knees a lot here. Bringing your chest towards your thighs. Weight is in the front of your feet. Start to shake your head, yes and no. Opening and close the jaw. Really releasing everything in the upper body here. Releasing all the tension we hold on to. Maybe sway side to side. Using your breath. Beautiful. And then slowly release your arms down. Plant down through your feet. Roll yourself up to standing. Chin tucked to chest. Until you've reached the top. Inhale, reach your arms high. Gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then drop those arms down by your side. Finding your mountain pose. Toes spread wide right underneath your hips. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Quads engaged, belly is engaged. Drop those shoulders. Find your focus on one point. Check in with how you're feeling. And then let's stay present with our breath and movement. On an inhale, reach your arms high, gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend at your knees, forward fold. Inhale up through a halfway lift. Draw those shoulder blades down into your back. Exhale, plant your hands, step to a high plank. Hug those elbows in, shift forward, lower down all the way to the ground, untuck your toes. Hands are right underneath shoulders, so they haven't moved. Hugging those elbows. Inhale, press into your hands, lift your chest, gaze up to the ceiling for cobra. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale, raise that right leg to the sky. Hips are squared to the mat, reach those toes high. And then exhale, draw that knee in towards your chest. Step it through your hands, seal your back foot. Inhale up for warrior one. Sink those hips nice and low. They're square to the front of the mat. So maybe lifting the heel if you need to, but really try to seal that heel. 90-degree angle in that front leg. Pressing into your feet to lift your upper body. belly pulls up and in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Chaturanga flowing through. Inhale for cobra or upward facing dog, pressing onto the tops of your feet, lift your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Again, hips are squared. Reach through those toes, find length. Exhale, draw that knee in towards your chest. And then step it through your hands, seal your back foot. Inhale, lift up, warrior one. So finding your pose, and then keeping your focus on one point. Exhale, drop those hands, frame your front foot, step back, flow through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So pushing into those hands to lift your hips higher, draw those heels down towards the ground. Tapping back into your breath. And on your next inhale, shift your weight forward, find your high plank again. So shoulders right over wrists, pressing into those hands. And then take your left hand, bring it to the center of your mat. Drop your heels to the left, peel open your right arm, find your side plank on the left side. Always option to drop that bottom leg, or maybe start to lift that top leg, finding your variation here. Stacking those shoulders and hips, pressing through that left hand, reaching those right fingertips high. See if you can lift your hips a little bit higher. Beautiful, one more breath. Take that top leg wherever you are, step it behind the bottom knee, press into that foot, lift your hips, open up for wild thing. Allow your neck and head to drop. Beautiful, and then come around, find your high plank again. Holding here. Again, using your breath, doing great. And then bring that right hand to the middle of your mat. Drop your heels. Peel open that left arm this time, pressing your hips towards the sky. Reach through those top fingers. Again, maybe knee is dropped. Maybe top leg is lifted. Whatever works here. Wherever you are, belly pulled in towards spine. Lift those hips a little bit higher. And then take that top leg, step those toes behind the bottom knee, press into your feet to lift your hips, draw that chest open, drop the neck and head, beautiful. And then come around, find your high plank. One more breath here, and then hug those elbows in, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here and turning back to that Ujjayi breath. Notice where your thoughts are at. Just bringing them back, paying attention to your breath and your movement. It's all that matters right now in this moment. And then from here, bending at your knees, gaze towards your hands. Step or hop to the front of your mat, find your forward fold. Inhale, find halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plant your feet, rise up to standing, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your toes to touch. We're gonna sink our hips down, reach those arms up, find your chair pose. So look down, make sure you can see the tops of your toes, reaching that chest high. Weight is in the heel of your feet. So maybe you lift your toes, wiggle them around. Draw those arms outside of your ears, sink those hips a little bit lower, and then exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale through halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank, flow through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky, this time rolling open at that hip. Reach that knee to the sky. Evenly press the weight through both hands. Maybe gaze under that right armpit. And then exhale, step that foot through your fingers. Come to the ball of that back foot. Press into your feet, find your balance. Inhale, lift up to crescent lunge. So back knee, back leg is straight. Heel is right over your toes. Hips are still squared to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach those fingers high. On your exhale, just shift your weight. Use your chest, hover it over your leg. Draw those arms back. Inhale, find center. Reach up through those fingers. Exhale, hover over that front leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hover, draw those arms back. Keep your chest lifted. Inhale, draw those arms up. Exhale, hover, beautiful. One more. Inhale, up, draw those thighs in toward one another. Exhale to hover. From here, shift your weight into this front leg. Draw that left knee into your chest. Grab it with your hands. Find that balance on your right leg. Pull that knee in towards your chest, maybe. Draw some circles with your ankles. And then from here, keeping your focus, take that left foot, place it anywhere along your leg, finding your variation of tree pose. Keeping your balance by gazing at one point, really focusing here, using your body strength. Great job. When you find your tree pose, just take a few moments to find your breath. Slowing down your breath, really root down that foot. And then lifting up your upper body, draw those shoulders down away from your ears. And then coming out of the tree pose, shake it out a little bit. Inhale, reach your arms high. And then exhale, find your forward fold. Bring your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. So bend your knees as much as you need to get down there. Neck and head are relaxed. And then using your arms to pull down your chest, letting the elbows fall out to the side. Breathing here. And then releasing those hands. Inhaling up, find halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, plant your feet, rise up. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring those toes back to touch. And then go ahead, sink your hips, reach your chest forward, find your chair pose again. Gaze down, toes are in front of your knees. Like you're sitting in a chair, keep that belly pulled up and in. Beautiful, sink down a little bit deeper. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale through halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, find high plank, flow through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a second, find your down dog. And then on your next inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. And then roll open that hip. Reach that knee to the sky, heel towards you. Maybe gaze under that left armpit. Take a breath here. And then send that left foot up to in between your hands. Pull that knee into your chest. And then come to the ball of that back foot. Find your crescent lunge. And then inhale. Find center, reach those arms high. Sink those hips down to the ground. Hips are squared to the front of the mat. Hug those thighs in toward one another. Inhale, find length. On your exhale, draw your chest forward, hover over that front leg. Inhale, arms lift, come through center. Exhale, hover, draw those arms back. Inhale, up through center. You got it. Exhale to hover, push through. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale to hover. Beautiful. One more. Inhale, up. Exhale to hover. Inhale, come up. Shift that weight into your front leg. Pull that back knee in. Give yourself a squeeze. Find that balance on your left leg. Pulling that right knee into your chest. Maybe draw some circles with your ankle. Keeping that belly drawn in towards your spine. And then from here, using your hands, bring that right foot anywhere along the leg, just missing the knee. Finding your version of tree pose. Bringing your hands to heart center once you found it. And then take a moment to rest in this pose. So once you've found your balance, just keep your gaze at one point. Really try to focus. Notice how your body feels. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe growing your branches if that feels good. And slowly release down from this pose. Go ahead and shake it out. Do whatever you need to do. Beautiful. And find the top of your mat if you're not already there. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale through forward fold. Inhale through halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step back, flow through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. So you found your downward facing dog, keeping your hands where they are. Just start to walk your feet open a little bit, finding a wide-legged downward facing dog. So make sure your feet are still parallel to one another. Pressing into those hands, lift your hips. Breathing here, gazing somewhere in between your feet. And from here, start to walk your hands back in between your legs. Maybe opening your legs wider. Maybe bring them closer, just finding what feels good. Keep the weight in the front of your feet. Draw your hands in between your feet. Allow your neck and head to drop. Maybe walking those fingers through your legs. You can stay here or maybe find movement, bending into one knee and then the other. Lots of options here. Wherever you are, just breathing. Enjoying this pose, even if it's not your favorite. One more deep inhale here. Exhale, side out. Slowly start to walk your hands back out, finding our wide-legged downward facing dog again. And then once you've found that, you can slowly walk your feet back underneath your hips, finding your downward facing dog. From here, bending at your knees, gaze towards your hands, step to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale up for halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Setting up for another little balance here. Shifting your weight into that left leg, taking your right ankle, cross it over that left thigh. And then bringing your hands to heart center, sink your hips down, setting up for standing figure four here. So balancing on that left leg, draw those hips down, belly pulls up and in. So kind of like a chair pose here with that right knee on top of that left thigh, maybe pressing open that right knee a little bit more. Keeping your gaze onto one point, finding your focus. See if you can sink a little bit deeper here. And then pulling yourself back up to standing. Pull that knee into your chest. And then draw that knee down. Come to grab the outside edge of your foot. Draw that knee right next to that standing knee for a little quad stretch here. So keep on lifting your chest, making sure your knees and hips are in line with one another. Flexing your foot behind you. And then releasing that, shaking it out. Beautiful. Letting go. And then setting up for the other side. Shifting that weight into your right leg. Draw that left ankle on top of that right thigh. And then bring those hands to heart center. And then start to sink your hips down. Keeping that weight in your heel. Keep that chest lifted. See if you can drop down a little bit more. Maybe pressing that left knee open. Keeping that focus. See if you can sink down a little bit more. And then pulling yourself up to standing. Take that knee into your chest. Find length here. And then from here, shift your hands down to your ankle. Draw that knee into that standing knee for a little quad stretch here. Lifting through the chest. Pulling that heel in towards your glute. And then letting that knee down to the ground. Shake it out. And then you're going to open up your legs a little bit wider than hip width distance. Toes are pointing out towards the sides. Bring your hands to heart center. And then drop those hips down. Finding your Malasana pose, yogi squat. So pressing your hands together to push those knees away from each other. Creating space for your spine. Find length here. Belly pulls up and in. Maybe your heels are lifted. Maybe using a blocker pillow underneath your hips. Wherever you are, just breathing. And then from here, drop your left hand down to the ground. Inhale, peel open that right arm. Gaze up to the ceiling, opening up the side body. And then draw that right arm down. Walk them in front of your toes. Inhale, left arm reaches up, opening up through your chest. And exhale, come through center. Bring those palms to touch. Press into those knees. Lift your chest here. And then slowly release it. Make your way down to the ground. Extend your legs out in front of you. Finding your staff pose here. So really grounding down through these sit bones. Lifting your upper body high. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bending forward, bending from the hips, leading with the chest. Knees can be bent here. And then come to find your forward fold. Allow your neck and head to rest. Maybe flexing your toes. Just finding your pose here. Settle into your breath. Slowly rolling yourself back up through center. Inhale, raise those arms up, back over your head. On your exhale, using your core strength with control, lower yourself all the way down to a laying down position. Let your neck and head come down. And then bring those knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Start to rock side to side. Your upper body is nice and relaxed here. Maybe opening up the knees a little bit. And when you're ready, planting those feet into the ground, hip width distance apart. Make sure you can touch the backs of your heels a little bit. Setting up for bridge pose. So inhale, press into those feet. Lift your hips high. Maybe walk your hands underneath your back, interlace them. Bringing those shoulders underneath. Hug those thighs in toward one another. Really press into your feet. Lift a little higher. Keep your belly drawn in towards your spine. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Allow your knees to drop out wide. One hand to your belly, one hand to your chest. Just take a moment here. Check back in with yourself. Notice if your mind is still here with your body, or maybe it's wandered off. Just bring it back here by paying attention to your breath. Noticing sensations in your body. And slowly drawing those knees back in. Bring your feet back down to the ground, setting up for another bridge pose. So find your position, and when you're ready, press into those feet, lift your hips, come onto those shoulders. Hugging those thighs in toward one another. See if you can press into those feet, lift your hips even higher, drawing your chest over your shoulders. So you're kind of pressing away the mat with your feet, drawing your chest kind of towards your face. Hug those thighs in toward one another. Breathing here. Holding here for a few more breaths, pressing into those feet. Engaging the belly here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then send your arms through your legs, grabbing the outer edges of your feet. Find your happy baby pose. Knees coming into your armpits. Lower back is glued to the ground. Maybe start to rock from side to side. Return back to your breath. One more breath here. And release your hands, draw your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then send your left leg down to the ground. Keeping on holding on to that right leg, pull it in towards your chest, upper body is relaxed. Then from here, just send that leg to the sky. So point your toes, grabbing anywhere behind the leg that feels good. Reaching those toes up to the sky, draw that thigh in towards your belly. Toes, keep on stretching those toes, maybe draw some circles with the ankle, stretching out through the feet. Keep on holding it in as close to your body as you can. And then from here, just allow that leg to come across your body over to the left side. Open up that right arm, gaze to the right fingertips. You can keep your legs straight out to the side, or maybe bending it, whatever feels good. Both shoulders are on the ground. And then maybe bending the bottom leg. Try to reach down to grab that foot if you can. Keeping shoulders on the ground, finding your supine twist. And once you've found your pose, just try to find some stillness. One more breath here. Exhale, sigh it out. Make your way back onto your back. Bring both of your knees back into your chest. Rock a little bit here. And then send that right leg down to the mat. Keep that left knee pulled in towards your chest. And then extend that left leg to the sky, grabbing anywhere behind your leg. Reaching those toes up towards the sky. Draw your thigh in towards your belly. And then start to find some movement in the feet and ankles. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing everything else. Just focusing on this leg and the foot, the ankle, toes. See if you can hug it in a little bit closer to your body. And then from here, allow that leg to cross over the right side of your body. Open up through that left arm. Both shoulders are on the ground. Keeping that leg extended, or maybe bending it if that feels better. Just finding whatever works for you. Maybe bending that bottom leg, reaching down for that foot. And once you've found your pose, just release effort here. Find stillness. Relax here. One more inhale here. Exhale, side out. Draw those knees back into your chest. And then setting up for one last pose, coming onto plow pose. So lifting your hips, sending your feet behind your head. Maybe reaching the ground, maybe reaching a block or pillow. Maybe you're close enough to a wall where you can step your feet into a wall or a dresser like I am. Maybe allowing your knees to bend, coming into your ears. Lots of options here. Just keeping your belly engaged, lifting those hips above your shoulders. If shoulder stand is in your practice, you can make your way there, using your core and your leg strength to lift you up. And then use your hands to support your low back. So reaching through those feet, draw your hips over your shoulders. Reaching through those legs, and then maybe finding some movement. Doing what feels good. Keeping your focus. See if you can draw those hips closer to over your shoulders using your hands. One more breath here. And then slowly start to lower yourself all the way down to the ground with control. Using your core and your leg strength, lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. And then bring those knees back into your chest. Give yourself one last squeeze. Bring your forehead to your knees. Curl into one little ball here, contracting all of your muscles. Squeeze nice and tight. Take a deep inhale, squeeze tighter. On your exhale, release everything down to the ground. Let your feet fall out wide to the edges of your mat, arms resting down beside your body, palms facing up. Find comfort here, so make any adjustments you need to find some stillness. Allowing your body to rest for the next few moments. Feeling the weight of your body on the ground. Feeling the energy swirling all throughout your body from all the hard work we just did. Allow your breath to slow down, returning back to its natural rhythm. Try to keep your mind quiet with your body, staying in stillness, just focusing on your breath and being still, just enjoying this moment of rest, of not doing anything. This is probably your one time of day where you just get to be without worrying about anything else. So really enjoy these next few minutes. See if you can relax anywhere a little bit more, releasing any tension you're still holding on to. See if you can soften your face just a little bit more. Gently start to bring some movement back into your body. Wiggling your fingers, your toes, maybe dropping your head from side to side. Slowly waking up your body. Then reaching your arms over your head. Reach down through your toes for a full body stretch like you're just waking up. And then making your way to your favorite side, bring your knees in towards your chest. Let your head rest on your arm or the ground. Just take a moment here to honor growth in every moment. When you're ready, gently bring yourself up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, allow your hands to just rest on your lap, keeping length in your spine. Check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling after taking an hour out of your day to just focus on you. Bring some energy into your body to help you gain some focus and mental clarity to go forward into the rest of the day, going after whatever you have planned. Bring the palms of your hands together, bringing them to your heart center. And remembering that your breath is a tool for you to use at any point throughout the day. Coming back into this space of calm and relaxation. Go ahead and bring the thumb knuckles up to your third eye center. Thank yourself for showing up today. Thank your body for taking care of you. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you.